rewind, we cut back. A small messenger boy has burst through the elevator, and he yells, "A four-fingered man has just won the trifecta!" With that, Victor Sassoon just kind of looks at him, and he looks at all of you, and he's just like, "That sounds like your man. Where's he now, boy?" And the boy said, "He's cashing out at the register. If you hurry, you can get him." And Vic Aces stands up really quickly and is like, "I'll help you." And then he immediately falls on his face because earlier that day he had been punched to high heaven by every member of the Green Gang. So he has succumbed to his wounds, and he is laying face down on this regal carpet of this nice area. And that leaves you all standing in Victor Sassoon's VIP lounge. There's a four-fingered man that you have been chasing who seems to be at the register at the moment. Lei just kind of goes, "What do we do?"
Aim is on! Start running.
You run into the elevator?
Yeah.
Alright, Lei will follow you.
Follow as well?
Does it look like our friend who fell down is going to be okay?
You see the messenger boy fanning him, and he'll probably be fine.
I step on him as I'm on my way out.
Oh, God. On his neck.
It's like a really violent, like...
As I go by, I drop an elbow, just like, oh.
Alrighty.
If he looks okay, I will continue and pursue it as long. My doctorly instincts,
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you do want to perform a medical check on him...
no, if he's dead, autopsy.
I was saying he seems okay as more of a joke, but if you do want to do a medical check on him really quick, because you are a doctor, I feel like you probably would.
Right, exactly. I'm not going to be like, he just collapsed on the floor.
If anything, what we could do is Reginald, Lei, and Max head to the elevator as soon as possible. William, you stay behind for the moment, but you could be back up in a minute.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that. I'll render him aid.
Yeah. Roll me a medical check. Or medicine, or whatever the fuck
Got it. Is it medicine or first? I could do first aid.
Whichever one you prefer. It's a success.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you immediately kick in the doctor mode after seeing Vic fall face first. Luckily, he fell on a nice carpet, so he didn't break his nose or anything. Although, you can't tell. It seems like he's had his nose broken several times, so at this point, that might have been an improvement. But you, it's the 1920s, so you're not gentle or anything. You flip him over on his back, you put a pillow under his head, and everything like that, and you're kind of fanning him off and everything. The messenger boy's, panicking, but helping you and everything.
Getting some cocaine out of my bag just in case he needs it,
Yeah. So you all get into the elevator, and Dr. Jardine sits down after he was excited when all that thing happened when Boy bursts in the room, makes an announcement. Dr. Jardine sits down, and he's like, "Oh, that was exciting," as the elevator closes, and he takes a sip of his whiskey, which he forgot has panther milk in it.
Oh, no.
And he takes a sip of it, and then, William, you're a doctor, but you might have your work cut out for you, because the second he takes a sip of it, you just hear him go, "Bleh," and he just vomits everywhere and shits himself. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god, and then we cut to the elevator. So the elevator is going down. You guys kind of remember that it kind of took a little bit last time, but maybe that was because nobody pressed the button, or maybe it's just because it's a slow elevator. And Lei goes, "Okay, how do you guys want to handle this?"
Well, I think if we sew the fifth finger back on, we might have something.
Do we have his fifth finger?
We'll find one laying around.
And you're right.
Reggie has a habit of finding spare fingers. Trust me. See this one? It's a little shorter. See?
Everybody on the elevator just goes like... We're all a little crazy. It's been a bad 4 months. The elevator reaches the bottom, and you hear the ding as the doors open, but we're still in the elevator.
I'll run out. I'll run to the register if I know where it is.
It's pretty easy to figure out. There's signs that are written in both Chinese and English that'll lead you there and everything like that. So, I want to say you're a decent distance away. There's enough people kind of crossing that you haven't really... you running is... the immediate people next to you maybe are a little why is this guy running and stuff like that. But nobody at the register has noticed that there's, what's it called? A disturbance or anybody acting unusual. And you see a very familiar, very buff, very tall, gangster, and as he's literally in the process of handing over his ticket to get his money, and you can see he's missing his pinky on probably his right hand, because
I'm gonna counter.
I can't remember
Reggie.
which one I said it was.
as he goes, I'm gonna counter towards the exit, and I'm gonna try and stealth over there.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Give me a stealth check.
That is a 97 out of 20. Very high.
Okay.
Did I win?
Did I do it, Dan? So you start getting over there, but then like there's so many people that you kind of just start getting swept away, and there's like a silent moment where
Get
like
your hands off me! Don't you know this is a $3 suit?
you're like getting pushed away, and it's like you both transfer eyes, you and Reginald. You're just like help, and then it's just like a wave of people, and you're gone somewhere.
Anyone have a spare finger?
But yeah, you're just a bit to not be like. Basically, you get a little lost on your way to finding the exit, is what it is. You might be close to it. You're not entirely sure. But Reginald, you see this transaction still going down. Lei's just kind of following your lead, like.
Debating on using 73 luck points to make that roll, but I changed my mind.
Might not be the best bet.
I mean, if I get closer, I think I'll just tackle him.
You're gonna. Oh. Well. Oh, you could. Yeah. I mean, that might work. If you want to try that. The only thing he seems to be able to predict the future, right?
I'll have to be faster than the future.
That's the original dialogue. So Lei will just kind of hang back, so how do you want to do this? How do you want to get closer to him? Do you want to literally book, or do you want to be stealthy, or like what do you want to do?
I think his instincts would be to run, but the big game hunter in him like decides to. Well, that didn't work last time, so I'm gonna like try to prowl through this crowd and stalk him.
Okay, so what would you like to roll for that? Because you being a big game hunter, you might have different things than just. I'd
like to track him.
Track.
Can I track him? Yeah.
No,
wait
that
a moment.
sounds good. So essentially, what you're doing, it sounds like, is you're gonna kind of watch him for a bit, kind of see where he goes and stuff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just book straight to him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Give me a tracking check. You get a hard success. Okay, cool. So Lei's just kind of standing back, and you kind of get into a crouch low, and then people walk by, and Lei can't find you anymore. He's like, huh!
And one person passes me, and I'm gone.
Yeah, you look back, gone. That's why they call him the Ghost of Shanghai.
But Max
Makes sense
flows
to
by
no
again.
one.
Hey there, Lei, I'm still gonna come up now.
William, we're gonna cut back to you. I want to say you're able to. You've successfully helped everybody. Mr. Jardine seems fine. He's briefly poisoned, but expelled it from his body, so he's in no danger or anything. Just incredibly embarrassed. But yes, you are now free.
Okay. Once I'm sure everyone's all right, I will be making my way down to where Reginald and Max headed. So, if there's a quick way to get down there.
There's a staircase instead of the elevator if you'd prefer to run it.
I'll get some cardio in, get my steps in. Yeah.
Fastest way is to jump.
You
Yeah.
jump from the 4th floor. You'll make it. You're a doctor.
I'll roll a credit check.
There it is. Land on your money. It'll cushion you, just like it cushioned you in the fall in the Great Depression. Give me Dex.
Dex?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's easy enough.
Boom! Success!
Yes. All right. So, you get down there, and from your high height, you can kind of see both Max and Reginald. You see Reginald is getting closer to the register, but seemingly has not tipped off the 4-fingered man yet. You see Lei kind of looking between the two, and he goes over to Max instead.
Okay. I will ready my my anesthetizer thing.
Your grenade.
I'll just ready it in case he tries to run.
It takes a lot of cranking, admittedly.
Yeah, sure.
It's a design flaw.
right, I'm ready.
Amazing. We're all so crazy. Okay, so Reginald, you're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
The man has not been tipped off. He seems to get an envelope full of bills. He pockets it, and he starts to walk off in the opposite direction of the exit that Max appears to be in. There's still a lot of people around right here. Let's put it this way. He finishes his stuff at the register, and you're still moving forward. He starts to move away. You're basically at the register now.
I'll continue to blend in and try to continue heading towards the exit with him for now.
Okay. I want to say your good success from a moment ago, you don't need to roll it again. You're still shadowing him. Like, seeing where he goes and everything like that.
Yeah.
So he begins to leave the horse race track. He uses basically what the front entrance would have been. It's not the most immediate exit from the place. The most immediate exit would be the exit that Max went to. But he decides to go through the front exit for some reason. And with that, I want to say Max and William, you meet up, and Lei is also with you. Or William, you said you were going to Max? Or did you say-
I was just kind of waiting to see what happened with the four-fingered man because I could see him sneak in. So I was gonna see if I needed to intervene with a grenade.
Just blow up the register.
It's a sleep grenade.
You know,
Put him to sleep.
you can't guarantee that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay. So I want to say William catches up to Reginald.
We're hunting man.
The most dangerous game of all. All right, yeah. I'm following Reginald's lead. He's the hunter. I'm a doctor. You know, I'm literally just going to tail him and try not to draw attention to myself.
Makes sense. You're just following his lead. Okay.
Yeah. He's the stalker.
So they begin to leave the horse race track, and with that, we'll cut back to Max. Lei is with you. Lei's kind of like looking up over the crowd, and he goes, "I think they went through the other exit. Dude, what do you want to do? We can still kind of meet them if we go out through this way."
Yeah. I guess we'll go that way. I don't know. Yeah.
Like
What does it look like?
a
Where we are?
flanking maneuver. Here, I could draw it in roll 20 if you have that open. So Lei is basically suggesting a flanking maneuver from the outside as opposed to going back through the horse track.
The four-fingered man is no longer.
Yes.
Is that the register still?
No, he basically finished his transaction at the register, and Reginald is doing such a good job just shadowing him that he's finished his business and he's just casually walking out of the place. And the street outside of the racetrack is the Canondrum district, so it's a very busy district. There's like market stalls in the middle of the street and everything like that. A good example that I don't even know would register is if you imagine where the ferry building is in San Francisco, it's kind of like that area of town. That only works for me. Like essentially, it's a big open street full of like all these marketers and stuff like that, and there's a lot of people walking back and forth and stuff. It's an entertainment district, so if you've been near any baseball field, imagine that kind of area. There's a lot of ballers.
How many people are in this area?
This area, I want to say uncountable. There's a lot
many?
of people. Yeah, it's a like I want to say I don't remember what day of the week I said, but this is a very popular entertainment spot.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is like they were making bets and stuff, right?
Yeah. There's people making bets and stuff like that.
Okay. I would like to do something.
Sure.
I would like to kind of like cover my voice like this, and I would like to yell. I'd like to use fast talk first off, and I'd like to yell. What do you mean they're out of money and they're not making any more payouts? Like,
oh, you want to cause a riot?
I want to cause a riot.
All right, give me fast talk check.
Yeah, easy. 44 out of I don't know what it is. 65.
65. Okay.
Yep.
So you yell that out, and then you just see everybody just go, "Oh, what the!" Like they're all yelling explicitives and stuff, and they all immediately start to like hoard the register. So that kind of frees up the horse race track a little bit. You can kind of see a clear shot. You can see to Reginald, William, and you can even see the four-fingered man in the distance. It's easier to get to them if you need to. Or you could do whatever you want, however you would like to do that, you can do that. And then you see security guards starting to kind of block people from getting into the into the horse race track, because they see that there's something going on, and they're just like, we don't want more people adding on to this problem, so they're kind of starting to guard people. You see, actually, because that was a nice, fun, entertaining thing you did, you see what looks like a municipal police officer stop the four-fingered man for a moment. So they're having a conversation and everything like that. You don't know what it's about because you're too far away. Anybody is too far away to hear it at the moment, but the four-fingered man is stopped in his tracks for a moment.
Okay. I'd like to just like pretend like I'm yelling and trying to get to the register, but kind of make my way along the back of the people to
That's fine.
Towards.
So you're kind of moving your way.
Kind of like, hey, you know, they're moving over. Oh, what's up? What's my
this
money?
guy here, he's.
Hey, come on.
Alrighty, we'll come back to Reginald and William.
Come on.
How far away is he from me currently? If me and William are still stalking Speed.
I want to say you guys are close to the register. I want to say if you're stalking him, if you were to book right now, you could probably get him. No guarantee that he doesn't somehow know that. But at the same time, if you logically, you can close that distance within one booking if you rolled good enough.
Oh right, I think it's time, William.
Is it time for Panther Milk?
It's time for Panther Milk.
Yes!
I'll roll up my sleeve and you see like 6 vials of Panther Milk. Stick me, Doc. I'll hand you a vial.
I'll take it and I'm just gonna like jab it into his ass.
Did we have a table you were supposed to roll on for like what effect it would give you? Did we make that?
It was just gonna be in the moment.
Whatever.
In the moment? That's fine too. I like that. I could have sworn we made a table or something because that would have been hysterical. Yeah, for next time we should. That'd be amazing. Okay, so what happens?
My pupils get really wide. And,
no, they become slits like
my lizard
you hear the yes! Fires behind your head. It's like in Darkman, the really close zoom up on Liam Neeson's face whenever he gets mad.
And I will go to all fours and begin running towards him.
So you start booking. All right, give me,
on all fours.
Yeah, like loping.
Yeah.
Give me
I knew a guy in junior high that could really book it like that. I kid you not.
I used to be able to run on all fours. Not fast, probably, but
this guy was faster.
Up the stairs like a true gentleman.
Give me I guess we'll say well, no, let's make it a track roll to make it interesting, but do it with advantage.
Extreme success and a hard success, man.
As I told you with it. So you start just like there's even a guy that comes and gets in the way, and he just like and he goes flying. It flips 3 times in the air and hits a trash can as you start running towards him. You get close, but then the police officer sees you, and he's like he says something in Chinese that you don't quite understand. And he kind of gets between you and the four-fingered man, and the four-fingered man sees that there's kind of a disturbance, so he starts to quickly just speed walk away. Well, what do you do to the...
I think I probably mow him down. I think that's probably...
That's fair. Yeah, so he, again, stiff arm, guy goes flying, flips 3 times in the air, lands in a garbage can. The garbage can swirls and then falls forward. To which now a lot of the security guards have seen that, and they all kind of turn and they kind of start to pull out their batons, and now they're kind of chasing you. William, you just kind of see all this happening. You're still holding the syringe.
I'm gonna anesthetize the police officers that are going after Reginald.
Sure, this is fine.
Just gonna toss it. It's non-lethal. It's totally fine.
This ride is about to get 10 times hotter. All right, so science is fine. Yeah, if you have a crazy science thing, go for that. Science! Success. So you throw You throw a grenade. It's a smoke grenade, but yeah, it like kind of, and then it bounces, and then you see all the police officers like, then all of a sudden there's just like this huge puff of smoke, and you hear people start to scream because it seems like something terrible's happening, and but you see the police officers kind of like slowly start to like. Like one of them lightly taps Reginald, but then just kind of falls down. Reginald's too hopped up on Panther Milk to know. Like you would have to throw 3 of those at him at this point in order to just stop him in his dark goals. Max catches up to William. I want to say you both are still kind of near the register, but like close enough that you can see Reginald. Reginald, I guess I want to say you continue to book towards the Four-Fingered Man.
I lean over to William and I say, yes, this reminds me of the time when he raced gazelles across the plains of Cameroon.
Sounds like a great story. We'll have to add to the list.
We've got a few.
So Reginald, or Max and William, what would you like to do at this point? We'll cut back to Reginald in a moment. Leia seemingly disappeared.
Since they're sorry, Max. Actually, I'll let Max go first because I just did the thing.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, you're next to each other. You can communicate if you want to.
I take out the haunted organ key. Does anything happen?
No.
And play the song that will end the world.
You hear a sound in the distance as of children screaming.
But they're not screaming in fear.
Oh God!
The ice cream man has come.
The ice cream man cometh. I'm just trying to see since Reginald's hopped up on Panther Milk and the Four-Fingered Man has like precognition. I just want to see like take a step back and look at the lay of the land of where they're gonna go. And try to like take a shortcut there because I can't keep up with Panther Milk, dude.
Can I roll navigate to try and figure that out?
Absolutely, yeah. And like you guys talk about like, oh, what are we? For all intents and purposes, it looks like they're going to a market. It's kind of like a street market kind of idea.
Not a problem. 31 out of 60. It's one of my best skills I don't know how to use.
So you see that to get to this market, you would have to go down this one really long street and then turn left at a certain point. However, the way they're going is a really long way. There is an alley that you can kind of cut through to get there sooner.
All right, come on. We got to take the alley. We got to go this way. By the time we get there, all of Reginald's clothes will be completely off. So be ready.
It's like, I'm ready to document any side effects for science.
That's when he gets off all fours. He starts to drag along the ground, but don't worry about that. Let's go.
All right.
I mean, normal panthers have a tail as a counterbalance. That's all I'm going to say.
So, Reginald, you find yourself in a very interesting situation. The police have stopped you only for a moment, so you are catching up, and you feel like you're getting close. The Four-Fingered Man, seemingly not too plussed about this. Like, he doesn't seem to be booking like he was the last time you chased him or anything like that. But you're now kind of in this street market. There's, vendors all over the place selling various different wares, different foods. The smells in the air are amazing. Until you get to like some of the fish aisles are a little not as amazing smelling, but like the chicken cooking and like just like all these street vendors selling various different things, various different alleyways leading in and out of the street market. The street is supposed to be driven on, however, because of today, it is a street market for like a farmer's market kind of idea. So like this is like a neighborhood that people like live in these buildings and stuff like that, and there's ways to get in and out of the little alleyways and stuff. However, so you're starting to gain on them. You're running, and people are like screaming because they're freaking out about you. I want to say if you're like here, if we're looking at a map, you're like here. He's like at the almost getting towards the end of the stalls. However, something happens that makes you. Well, let's see how you react. You're keeping focus on him, running towards him, right? And then out of a corner alleyway, you see, for the first time since you've landed in Shanghai, 2 Lang Fu cultists come out of this alleyway. And now remember, Lang Fu does not know you are in Shanghai at the moment. So, whatever you want to do with that information, these Lang Fu cultists have not seen you, but you know their patented masked robes. their color scheme that they usually have, the way they dress and everything like that. Two of them, they're talking to each other about something, and they're apparently getting groceries or something. But they're
about to say, are they holding a pane of glass between the two of them? They're walking slowly.
You just run through. But that happens. So this four-fingered man is beyond them. The cultists are coming out of a thing, almost intersecting you.
Almost intersecting me.
Like they're in front of you at the moment, but coming out of a
yeah. And they're in between me and this guy.
Yes.
I don't think Reginald would break his stride, but he also doesn't want to run directly into them. So I think he's going to try to run fast and hope they just don't notice. But I will use my nimble to try to like dodge, to do one juke around them and keep going.
Okay, yeah, and that's not a roll, right? We determined
it's just my ability.
It's just a thing you can do. So you continue, you kind of do a thing around them. They kind of like get bumped a little bit, and they do kind of look over at you. Let's see if they notice who you are.
Do they recognize him naked? Is the question.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
More so.
More so. Okay, we got... Okay, no, they don't. They haven't noticed. So they kind of they get bumped a little bit. They kind of look over to you, this guy or something. They shout something. You see one of them point like, "That guy disrespected me," kind of thing. And you don't know exactly what that meant. You don't see anything. You don't know what he gestured to, but something may have happened, and they might not know that you're, the guy that Lang Fu wants to kill or anything, but they also don't take disrespect very well, so that still might not be that big of that still might be a problem, just in a different direction. But yes, you continue to move forward. You kind of are starting to close the distance. And we'll cut to William and Max. You come out of an alleyway. You can see Reginald running. You can see the four-fingered man. You're really close to him. But you also... Well, William, you wouldn't really know, but... Or actually, neither of you would! You don't know what a Lang Fu cultist looks like! So that's another thing that Reginald might have to be worried about. But Reginald, they are actually in your view line.
Okay.
And the Lang Fu cultists are behind you, so...
Oh, so he's past us?
He's past you, yeah. And Reginald has, like, almost barely a moment to, like, notice that you're there.
What's beyond the four-fingered man?
Looks like it's starting to get back to a normal street, so you see people kind of coming and going, but they're going either to the market or, like, it's not as busy. You can see cars starting to drive by and everything like that. You're kind of getting to the outskirts of the entertainment district and starting to see, like, kind of other places of establishments, like restaurants or just, like, office buildings and stuff like that.
And he's basically walking just normally, and
he's kind of speed walking. Okay. Almost like he kind of knows people are tailing him, but he's not concerned about it for some reason.
Because he can see the future. God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
And Reginald's still on like all fours, like sprinting on panther milk towards him. I'm just gonna from my perspective, I'm gonna let Reginald keep doing what he's doing because like there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to catch up to him. I'm gonna see how this. I don't see how I can contribute to slowing down the man, so I'm just gonna let Reginald go.
What's near us? Like, can you tell me about the setting that we're at? Like, is there a shop? Is
street market? So vendors that have like kind of makeshift stalls where their wares are on full display. If you want like an immediate thing that's right next to you, maybe a fruit stand. That's like literally right next to you. But yeah, it's just either side of the street, people coming and going, people buying stuff, people selling stuff, various different things.
I don't know. I pull out a dime and I flip it to the guy and I grab a mango, man, throw it at the four-fingered man.
Oh, go for it. Because if just fails, it's 10 times funnier.
For
Sir, why
mango
did you do
throwing.
that?
Can we do handgun firearms?
No, we're gonna do throw.
Bro.
Oh, is there a throw?
Yeah,
Can you
there's
use
just,
fast talk?
Damn, there is a
Can you use
throw.
fast talk?
I got nothing in it.
there is. I mean, if you want, like William mentioned, fast talk or something. That
I'm joking. I'm joking. Like he's fast talking.
Oh, man.
So I rolled a 21 out of 20. I'm gonna spend. I gotta erase that. I gotta spend 1 luck point to make it, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm fast talking the mango.
What? Wait, what?
And I succeeded on my throw. I rolled a 21 out of 20.
Oh, I
so I'm
gotcha.
gonna spend 1 luck to make it, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm fast talking the mango as it's in midair. Like you see it go up, and I'm like, come on, baby, a little left, little left, little left, little right, little right, little right, little right.
You see it like fly through the air, and it does hit the guy, almost like he wasn't expecting that. Interesting. But
Fruit's his weakness.
yeah, so he kind of like stumbles a little bit, and you see him kind of like he gets himself up. He looks around, but he's like weirded out by that. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. That's weird. But he doesn't stop.
That's right, come on over here. I'll give you a tutti frutti right in the kisser.
The guy at the
But I
stall's just
yell
like
back to
saying
him.
stuff in Chinese, but he's just like, what he's actually saying is like, sir, why are you doing this? Why have you done this? Please, I'm not complicit in this assault. With that, we get to Reginald. You're closing the distance, closing the distance, closing the distance. I want you to roll a dodge really quick.
Don't dodge my mango.
Touch the mango. You get hit in the head with a mango.
There you go.
Fail. Okay. You see, so from William and Max's perspective, you see Reginald running. Then all of a sudden, a sewer cap in front of Reginald flips up. Some big hand grabs him by the leg and just yanks him into the sewer.
I yell, again?